Hello again, everyone. D-Flex here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Wanted to bring you a video on Resto Druid. It is one of the highest HPS healers in the game. It can do a tremendous amount of healing. Damage isn't the best, but it is way up there for the HPS. So that is one of the best things it has going for it. And if you haven't done so, don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel, check out the Twitch below. We'll be streaming a lot of M+ here. And if you haven't done so, check out the Patreon page if you want to support the channel further. Getting into Resto. So they're huge on the HOTS. Everything is HOT based. I can show you later how many HOTS you actually have rolling on this build, and it is huge. Right now, main stat for you will be item level. You're probably not going to cap item level for a long time, a few weeks. So that is your main thing. Equip the highest item level. It's probably going to be better. Unless it's like 1 point above the last one you have. And your last one was perfect stats. So that's the only case. Anyway, haste will be your first one to get up. You'll probably want that somewhere in the mid 20s to, maybe 30 if you can get it that high. I don't know how high you're going to get it in this expansion. But somewhere in the mid to high 20s. Mastery will be your next one. Then crit and burst at the bottom. Getting into the talents. I run mine a specific way and the reasoning behind it. So I run Moonkin Affinity. I'd rather do that than Owl or Cat Weave, because Owl Weaving, I figure I'd rather be at distance and be a range healer than have to worry about being in melee and do the Cat Weaving. Cat Weaving's a lot of fun, but I just prefer not to be a Cat Weaving healer when I can be a range healer. So this does get me this way. It does get me Typhoon. It gets me Vortex, which are two great ones. It does get me the extra 5-yard range. It gets me the improved Sunfire, Innervate, and Nature's Vigil. Now, I have Hibernate right now. I have been switching it in and out of Heart in the Wild. So if you want, you can switch that in and out, I believe. Just like that. This will get you more damage. This will just hibernate an enemy. So if you need something that's going to be hibernated, definitely take this. If you don't have anything to hibernate that dungeon, take Heart of the Wild. It'll do more damage. Every 5 minutes, you'll do a great burst with Owl Weaving and Convoke. Now, I'm running a bunch of talents that... This is what my preferred setup is. I run Abundance. Each rejuve you have active. Regrowth cost reduced by 5%. Plays very well into the double rejuve. I'm also running Tranquility. I don't have the upgraded Tranquility just because I didn't feel it was worth it. But I do have Circle of Life and Death to make your HOTS run quicker, 15% less time. And the big part of the build is regrowth healing over time is increased by 50%. And it also applies to your target of your Life Bloom. Well, that's very good because you may Life Bloom 2 targets at once, but Life Bloom healing is reduced by 10%. Not a big deal. So you can have 2 people Life Bloom, regrowth a different person. That regrowth then applies to your 2 Life Bloom. So it's very fun, very great gameplay. Effervescence is healed for an additional amount, and the Life Bloom, when it's on yourself, it heals for 20% faster. Big key to this build here. Last one I'm running is a Convoke with the upgraded Convoke. And the upgraded Life Bloom healing is increased by 6% each time it heals, up to 90%. And this one I switch in and out. So if you don't like Germination, you don't want to run the double rejuve, that's fine. Switch it for either Unbridled Swarm or Flourish, whatever you prefer on those. Flourish is kind of like almost an emergency heal when you have every HOT out already. So this one takes a lot of pre-planning to know when big damage is coming. Whereas Unbridled Swarm just splits, has a 60% chance to split into 2 swarms each time it jumps. So kind of a good one too, because it can heal and do damage. So both are great. I like Germination for right now, but that's just my pick. And basically what you want to do when you know where the tank's going to be, drop an Effervescence. They're going to be there. You're going to be on it wherever. Drop the Effervescence. Make sure you have Life Bloom on the tank and yourself. And then when they start taking damage, that's when you start rolling your HOT. So you can have your regrowth, you can have your rejuve, you can have your germination, you can have your wild growth for your AoE healing, your Unbridled Swarm you can drop on someone for some healing. So you can see how many HOTs you track. It's just a crazy amount. With that Life Bloom, you want this 24/7 on yourself. It just makes all your healing that much quicker, and that will just make it do that much more. So Very smart reason to have it on yourself. You can throw it on someone else if the tank is high and someone else is getting low. So you can always throw a quick life bloom on someone else as well. Don't forget that. Now, getting into some of the other items for your big ones. If you're going to use a tranquility, try bare minimum, try and throw out a wild growth first. If nothing else, throw out a wild growth, then hit tranquility. That will do more damage. If you can do a wild growth and then an adaptive swarm, or throw out a couple of rejuves, or even a regrow, something, do that as much as you can before you hit tranquility, because tranquility, it is better when you have hots already rolling. The last one I want to talk about is Convoke. So you can be in Moonkin form, Convoke, it will do damage. If you switch, you can switch out halfway through to no form and it will start healing using healing abilities. So it can be a double effective spell when you use it. You cannot go from healing form or no form to Moonkin form with Convoke. It doesn't work. So if I Convoke here, I can now switch out partway through and it'll start using healing abilities instead. So it's very good to use that. And just remember, start in Moonkin form and then you can always switch out. The other ones you have, if you're going to do it, Nature's Vigil is really great to use almost on CD. Basically every pull, it just does 20% healing for all the damage you do. So if there's a big mob, you hit this, hit them with a Sunfire, a couple Moonfires, you can hit them with a Star Surge or whatever you want to hit them with, and it'll convert to some healing for you. So it's a great one to have as well. But that kind of sums up everything. You get a huge utility in Typhoon and Vortex. You also have Hibernate. And then you can have Nature Swiftness, which just makes your next Regrowth, Rebirth, or Entangling Roots instant and free. So also a very good one to have. If there's any questions on this, definitely let me know. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. This was Deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming.